Hi everyone, I'm Robin Shermingham and I'm here with Bill Story, the founder of Olderhood.com. You're listening to Retirement Happiness, a continuing series. So, this is take two. We had a first try. We kind of looked at each other, we ground to a stop, so I've got a new topic for us.
Okay, well, hi everybody. I guess.
Oh, you're going to talk. Okay, so it's not going to be the Robin show after all.
I guess no.
All right, so here is what we're going to talk about: is two people trying to negotiate, because it's really fascinating how often in a personal relationship, in a family relationship, in a business relationship, one person is looking at the other going, "How could you say that?" The other one's going, "That's not what I meant."
Yeah, I've had that all my life.
But you know what I mean.
I used to put it down to accent. People didn't understand my accent, and I had to explain it 5 times to them, very slowly.
Well, I knew you years before I had the faintest idea what was coming out of your mouth, but that's another story. But you know what I'm talking about. How many times do you get into sort of a cycle with someone in your life, and it's always, they say half a sentence and you're being told, "Oh, no, that's not what I meant. Oh, no, you're wrong. And people won't let you get a word in edgewise.
Well, because people want to tell you what's in their mind, and they're not willing to listen first and foremost to what's in your mind, so that they ride over the top of you by giving you their opinion on something that you actually never had an opinion on in the first place. And that can be very difficult, very awkward for people, and very confrontational at some at times, especially in the business world, I think. Because I mean, there's always, in the business world, there's always a sort of profit motive. You know, the reason we're doing this is to make a profit. Well, sometimes that's not true.
Well, you know what? I couldn't agree with you more. In the business world, it can get highly confrontational because you're supposed to be all business and mature and professional, and you're not supposed to say how you really feel or what you really think. And you either wind up exploding, or in my particular case, you just sit there and eat your words forever and ever
well,
and
I think,
ever.
Of course, what makes it even worse is that if there's maybe like 3 or 4 or 5 people in the room, and somebody wants to show off to somebody else who's like the senior person or the boss or whatever. So I hate that word boss, but anyway, yeah, to show off to that person. And what they're going to do is they're going to use you as leverage. So they're going to put you down to make themselves look good in front of the senior person sort of thing.
Which is such a weak play.
Well, it is a weak play, but I mean, it happens with grandkids as well, so I mean, that's good.
Well, grandchildren are the arch manipulators. That's what they do best.
Yeah.
You know, they learn from the time they're infants.
Yeah.
Hey, I
Yeah.
cry, they feed me.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, that's right.
I wonder if I cry some more, if they'll pick me up. Oh, they did! Look
Yeah.
at that! So by the time they're 4, they're masters at this, and you're dead in the water because you're trying to negotiate with something that's 2 feet tall.
Yeah, you're definitely finished. I mean, you just can't go anywhere with something like that. But no, I think that's a problem in today's world. People's retention levels are very low or very short or something like that, and I think that's probably because, you know, I guess things like internet and stuff like that you can flick between tabs on your browser, between, you know, reading about news in the Far East, and then you go click, and all of a sudden you're reading about rock climbing in the Rocky Mountains, and then you go click, and all of a sudden, you know, you're reading about some stupid actress who's bought a $20 million house in Hollywood, and you go click, and the speed at which you do that, naturally your brain somehow has to catch up, but your brain really doesn't catch up, so your retentive memory is just gone completely.
Well, and talk about...
So you don't pay attention, is what I'm saying.
Well, talk about the internet. I mean, how about people who are doing that chat room stuff where they're supposedly having 7 intense, serious conversations with people they don't even know?
Yeah.
And I mean, after a point, how do you even know who you're talking to or what you've said, or is anything, you know, meaningful at all?
Yeah, I don't. I've never. Well, I was going to say I've never done that kind of stuff. I did it. I'm on a football site where it's not chat, but it's you post and then you post and then you post one after the other, and sometimes the topic, there's a thread, and sometimes the topic, which started off pretty good, goes way off, and before you know where you are, you're three guys are having a conversation about something that's got totally nothing at all to do with the thread, and they're getting angry with each other, and they're getting upset with each other, and they're swearing at each other. This is all in the written word, obviously. I can't be bothered with stuff like that.
And it's all about football.
Well, no, it doesn't. No, that's the problem. I mean, if it stuck to football, then it wouldn't be quite so bad. But they don't. I mean, before you know where you are, as I say, they're talking about rock climbing in the Rockies, and you think, how did I get to this discussion?
I have no idea.
But retentive memory is the problem, and I think as you get older, I mean, people say that your long-term memory is brilliant, and I believe that to be the case. I think my long-term memory is okay, but my short-term memory is.
What did I have for lunch today? Yeah, it's terrifying because I remember, my parents, my grandparents talking about this thing. Oh, that'll never happen to me. How many times have I walked into a room to get something and I had no idea why I was there when I got to the room? Oh, that just drives me crazy.
Well, the biggest problem is that if you've got a house with stairs in it, and then you're standing at the bottom of the stairs and you can't remember if you were about to go up or you've just come down.
No, I've not had that one. Worse. Yeah, okay.
Try that one.
I guess that's in my future.
Oh yeah, that's a tough one.
Well, perhaps that's a good place for us to leave it today. We're not sure if we're at the top of or the bottom of the stairs. I think there's a Winnie the Pooh poem all about that. So take care, everybody. Yeah. And don't forget to check out our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/olderhoodcom. And we'll talk to you again next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.